This is the second time in 21 years I've been back home. The first time was 2 years ago when I attended my grandma's funeral. Saying goodbye to my grandma was very hard, emotional. Today is just as tough, just as emotional. As human beings, are we ever ready to say goodbye to a friend, a grandparent, a parent? Are we ever really ready to let go? No, I don't think so. We seek always to remain status quo, to always see grandma in the kitchen, to hear her admonishing one to keep it down in there, to see granddad smiling that smile of his, to find him in his garden or sitting in his car in front of the house. We seek never to lose those things, to always hold dear those people we love and respect. But life is about giving and taking, and I think granddad wanted to be taken so grandma could be given and they could be together again. Instead of being sad, I think we should celebrate his life, the life of the man who we call Dad, Granddad, and Mr. Bonds. Let us celebrate the beauty he created for each and every one of us. I say let us not cry. Let us emulate the man that he was, that good spirit, that loving soul, that strong, silent, and hardworking pillar that we call father, grandfather, and friend. Let us remember him as he was and try to apply the best of him to our lives so that we too can live better and more fulfilling lives to our loved ones and children as he did. Granddad and Grandma created a tradition for us, a tradition of taking care of the young when the parents ran into difficulties, a tradition of family gatherings, picnics at Wright Park, Christmas and Thanksgiving dinners, taking the little ones to church so they can get more acquainted with God, allowing those who are incarcerated a place to parole to and a place for those who just need help or rest. Who's going to keep the tradition of being that strong, loving rock against the hard times? That person who continues to cook for the whole family on holidays, who continues to give refuge to those in need, to admonish those little ones about their manners. Who's going to continue to love as my grandmother did, as your mother did, to be that strong pillar that my grandfather was, that your father was? Is it going to be you, or is it going to be me when I get out? In the 21 years of being locked up, I've learned one very important thing. There's nothing like family. No materialistic things, no money, no prestige, not even love. It's nothing like family. Not one single person here is bigger than or more important than family. Nobody's more important than family, not one single person. Nobody's more important to tradition, our tradition, as bonds. So the question remains, who will preserve the tradition, the bonds tradition? The tradition that Granddad and Grandma have laid for us. One door closes and another one opens. Who will stand up with love in their hearts and follow the footprints, the traditions of my grandfather, your father, my grandmother, your mother? Who will look past their silly wants and say, I'm going to give. I'm going to give the way they gave, in an unselfish way? Who's going to preserve their tradition, their legacy? Let each of us remember those special moments that my grandfather touched you in. My fondest memories was when I was a little boy. When I was young, my grandfather used to take me and my cousin Taya to the store all the time. She used to spoil us with candy. That was my fondest memory as when I was a little boy. My next fondest memory was when he came to see me in the pen. And it was the first time I'd seen him in a long time. And I was just amazed how much I thought he was a giant when I was young, but how short he was when I grew as a man. I think each and every one of us got special memories of our father, our grandfather, and I think we should hold dear those memories and try to adhere to what our tradition is. Our tradition is family. Just because grandma and granddad is gone, that doesn't mean that our tradition should die. It's tradition. It's tradition. If you don't believe in tradition, you don't believe in nothing. So hold true to their legacy and believe in family. It's not nothing, it's no me, it's no you without, the abundance of us. So think about tradition. As one door closes, another door opens, and we got to continue. All right, thank you.